How's it going, guys? Today we're going to do an unboxing slash partial review of the Jab Gamepad by Retro Fighters. Now these were sent to us from Ryan over at Castlevania Games. He watched one of the Bit Battle videos my brother and I did together and he thought it would be really cool for both of us to have one of these and do a review on it. Now if by the end of this video you're interested in picking up one of these controllers or anything else, I'll leave a link to the website, a link to the controller, and the promo code which is co-op10 so you can save 10% off your order. And you also get free shipping on anything that's over $20. Now let's get started on the unboxing. Now keep in mind with this video, we're just going to do a first impression of the controller, kind of just a generic unboxing, and if you're interested in how well this controller plays, we'll do a brief review on our next Bit Battle where we're going to be playing Rampage together. So inside the box you have your controller, you have this pretty cool looking 8-bit keychain, and a quick start manual to tell you what each button does.
Now this is a classic control with a modern twist. You're able to use this on the NES, PC, Mac, and most consoles that accept an NES cartridge.
Now the next thing you guys will be questioning is how does this actually work on a PC or Mac. So instead of, a lot of controllers, if you want to use a standard NES controller or Super Nintendo controller, whatever it may be, on a PC, you usually need to buy an adapter. Really cool thing about this, it kind of squids off, if that's even the right word, into a USB connector as well as an NES adapter, which works great with most consoles.
Now emphasizing the modern approach to this control, you do have your traditional B and A buttons, sure, but you also have them on the shoulder buttons and the triggers.
Another cool thing is you do have your turbo button, so the way that works is you press the turbo button, press the button you want to turbo, and you're good to go from there. If you want to clear the turbo option, you just press clear and then you press the button that was assigned to. So the first question you have is analog sticks on an NES third-party control, what would you use those for? So reading the quick start manual, it basically says they're great for space shooters, racing games, and a variety of sports games. Same thing with the trigger buttons. It says it's great for, space shooters, racing games. If you're playing a game like Rad Racer, you're going back and forth in the screen. Playing a game like 1942 or Tiger Heli, where you're going back and forth, left to right to shoot up enemies.
Now the overall feel of this control, I have larger hands, so normally with third-party controllers, they tend to be a little small and they get uncomfortable pretty quick. Now I can tell you right now, this feels pretty good. The buttons are all completely accessible. Everything feels great. Now again, this is first impressions. It's a pretty decent weight. Man, overall pretty good. So
one thing we want to touch base on that most people cringe when they hear third-party control is the build quality. Now what's your opinion on this?
It's heavy. The cord doesn't weigh more than the control like you see in most third-party controllers, and you can do this and it doesn't make a sound.
Yeah, you get that nice creaky, hollow feel. And like I said, with a lot of third-party controls, they are very cheaply made. The plastic is super thin. There's nothing inside for internals. The cable weighs more than the controller. So when you're playing a game, you have a lot of resistance when you're holding the controller right here where the cable is weighing it down. Whereas in most controllers, you should kind of feel the resistance where the cable and the controller meet.
Yeah, don't do this with your controller, guys.
Honestly, with these, you probably could.
Yeah, without a doubt. But don't blame us if something breaks.
We're not held liable. Another thing people really cringe about when they hear third-party controllers is the buttons and how they feel. So one thing I really want to touch base on is the analog sticks. With even like Xbox 360, Xbox One, Wii U, or any kind of Wii controllers when you have analog sticks, is the resistance they have. So these ones, they're not too light, they're not too solid, where they have the quick snap back, they go right back into the place, where a lot of third-party controllers are either, just way too loose or way too tight.
Now, as far as the buttons go, they have a very good press to them. The triggers, the shoulder buttons seem pretty good. The triggers have kind of a hard press to them, but they're not terrible. It's definitely nothing that should turn you away. I mean, this has the feel of a $50 controller.
Yeah, it feels like something that Nintendo could really make. And, actually feels like if it didn't say Retro Fighter on it, it could easily say Nintendo. And I would believe this is actually an official licensed controller. Now to touch on the D-pad, it works very well, it's very comfortable. It may feel almost a little mushy at first, but when you actually use it when you play a game, it is super responsive and it works very, very well. Start and select button, same thing. My only complaint is if you are going to press start and select, you may bump into your analog sticks. But that's no big deal. If you're pressing start and select and you hit your analog stick, it's nothing to really worry about.
Now, to give you an unbiased review, I had opened mine and we had tested it out. And again, what we were going back on, the buttons do feel great. Now, what do you think?
I think it's overall fantastic. We did test this on a Retron 5, and that is one of the most popular third-party systems that plays NES games out there. So if you are interested in one, it is going to work on your Retron 5.
Now, we did try this control with a few NES games, along with a few Master System games that use a traditional 2-button layout.
Now, I'm not just saying all these positive things about these controllers because they were sent to us. I really mean it, and I would not lie to you guys. As a third-party controller, like I said, you guys, we cringe when we hear third-party. We've had experience with like Pelican brand controls, performance, and things like that where they last you a week. Yes, we've only had this controller for a day, but it feels extremely solid. The build quality overall is extremely decent, or it's actually great. And after playing it with a few games, I personally enjoyed it, and it seems like you did yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I haven't used a third-party peripheral much as far as the control scene goes from back in the Nintendo 64 days when we used to play Mario Kart and the Z button would break. You got to remember that.
The analog stick would flop over.
They were absolutely terrible. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's very nice.
Now, I'd like to say thank you to Ryan over at Cassie Mini Games for sending us both a controller to try out and have for our own. We both really enjoyed it. I mean, like I said, I want to say thank you again for sending us these.
Yeah, this was absolutely fantastic. Thank you. Again, I know this is kind of repeating, but I like to say it myself. Thank you very much. These controllers are absolutely spot on.
And these are going to be our future Bit Battle controllers, by
Without
the
a
way.
doubt. Without a doubt.
Now, if you guys are interested in one of these controllers or anything else that Castle Mini Games has to offer, again, I will put a link in the description below to the website, a link to the controller, and the promo code, which is COOP10, so you can save 10% off your order and get free shipping on anything over $20. And if you guys are curious how well these controllers actually perform while we play games, definitely check out our future Bit Battle video. It's going to be out within a week or two. We're going to be playing Rampage together. If you guys like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up in the comments field below. Let me know if you're interested in picking up one of these for yourselves. If you haven't subscribed yet, definitely do so you can check out future content. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching and have a great week hunting.
That was actually really cool.